Alrighty, welcome back to season 3 of the Social Manoa. So this episode, we're basically gonna be just lounging around, talking about Christmas and New Year's and the next year. Um, what were some of the? Oh yeah, and then we're gonna also open presents. I'm not drunk. This is orange juice. Okay.
Vanessa, it's Christmas yet. You can't pop that champagne bottle just yet.
Yeah, I am sadly not 21. Anyway, okay, so Bevan, what are your Christmas plans?
My Christmas plans. Well, my family flew out, so they're all here. We went on a hike today, and my mom ordered a fake tree from Amazon for $45, but then we found a half off $15 one at Long's, so we canceled the order, and now we have a $15 one. Anyway, so we're gonna be. I'm just excited about that deal. Anyway, we're just gonna be doing, I don't know, some gifts and stuff. Pretty boring, but I feel lucky that my family came out to see me. I didn't really feel like going back home to California because things with the pandemic are a little rougher there. So I'm happy that everyone could come over. It's been fun.
Yeah. Is the forest fires and everything still all good or no?
The what, sorry?
The forest fire or the fires?
Oh, the fires.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I should ask. I don't think about it because everything's always green here. So then they'll send me a picture and everything's red and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. But yeah, I should probably ask. I think it's better. I don't know. I'm kind of just guessing here because I feel like I've heard less about it. I don't know though for sure.
Gotcha. All right. When do you want to go?
Sure. This Christmas. Well, my parents always work during Christmas, so we don't get like the huge like Christmas dinner on Christmas morning, where everyone like comes together before the fireplace and they slice the roasted ham, which I just learned this year that like roast turkey is also a thing for Christmas. Like that's how like Thanksgiving has their own Christmas meal. I mean Christmas meal, Thanksgiving meal, but Christmas also has their own Christmas meal, and it's a roast turkey again plus a ham, which I feel like is essentially also what you ate for Thanksgiving. So I'm kind of confused on like why are we duplicating this? I thought everyone kind of agreed that the Thanksgiving horrors of preparing like the giant roast turkey and the ham was reserved for Thanksgiving only, but you know, my family doesn't do that. I think my mom and my dad always work during Christmas time, so I think, oh, not this year. My mom got laid off from her job this year, so actually she won't be working this year. But I think we're still gonna just try maybe like order sushi, order takeout. My family prefers rice more than like turkey, ham, cranberry, mashed potatoes. So, you know, we're always down for sushi. So probably just gonna eat some sushi for lunch. And then I'm going to be spending the rest of the day probably applying for jobs because your girl is going to be graduating next semester. And, you know, I'm very happy that I won't be in school anymore. So that'll save me all those all-nighters. But, you know, applying for a job during this time period, it's like I already have to compete with my peers. Now I'm gonna have to compete with my peers and the rest of the world. So fingers crossed that someone will take me next semester so that I have a job. If anyone from Joe Biden's transition team is somehow watching this, hi, my name is Cindy. I am available for hire next semester. After next semester has ended in May 2021, please hit me up. My email is cindying@hawaii.edu. My inbox is always open for you. So that's what I will be doing for Christmas.
Yeah,
I love that little self spiel. That was awesome, Cindy. Yes, we're all looking for jobs, please. Any authors listening?
It's kind of like an ad, but I love it. Oh, Corinne, did you want to go next?
Sure. So this Christmas, I have one friend coming in to visit, which is exciting, from California as well. So similar to Bevan, I didn't want to go there to visit. So that's exciting. And then my dad a year and a half. So he's going to come in for about 2 weeks. Very exciting stuff. And I think I'm applying for master's school kind of last second. I'm trying to get references and my exact future, but I think I'm applying to master's school and the deadline for that is January 1st. So I, similar to Cindy, will be doing applications over the break, but still exciting to not have finals anymore.
Yes. Yes. Just yes. All right, Sarah, do you want to go too?
Yeah, so for this Christmas, so as a family tradition for my family and I, every Christmas Eve we go to mass at our church, St. Rita's in Nanakuli, and then we come home and then we have our family dinner and we open presents because the next day is Christmas Day, and then we usually go to, it would be my grandparents' house, but they all passed away a long time ago. So we go to my uncle's house for Christmas and then we spend time with them, we eat dinner, we play games, even and I'm in charge of the games sometimes. So we would like, the games would be so simple, like make the best paper airplane, see whoever flies it the farthest. But or like Christmas games like guess the song or how to draw frosty snowman. But yeah, so looking at this year, it will be different. I believe my mom will be one of the lectors for the Christmas mass, so we'll be watching it virtually on Facebook, and then we will eat dinner. I know I have to pick up some food. I forget what kind of food we're eating. I think we're eating ribs and either ribs or prime rib. That's the main meat. And then we'll be eating noodles, rice for sure. And that's all I can think of right now. I know for a fact my mom was thinking of eating turkey. I just realized that she was thinking of eating turkey, and yeah, when Cindy mentioned that, that just reminded me that she wants to eat turkey too, even though we eat turkey for Thanksgiving. But yeah, for sure ribs, and then I have to pick up the dessert, which is the Liha Bakery chantilly cake, and then regular custard pie from Costco. And after we eat, we'll open our presents from each other, and it's always fun with my family, because they're like, if you know, get to know my brothers, they buy us the most like the funniest cards ever. It's like you just have to see it, and then after that, I think the next day, Christmas Day, we may just visit my uncle for a short time, and then my other cousin came in from Seattle, back from school, and she'll go back later on. We're just waiting for her to be out of quarantine right now. She had to quarantine for 10 days, not 14, but 10 days. So but it's exciting to see her. And I guess for the rest of Christmas, my Christmas break, I'm not graduating next semester. I'm graduating the fall, so I'm just going to be studying for my LSAT and probably applying for more scholarships because I got another semester to go. And other than that, yeah, that's just pretty much relaxing for sure, and then preparing for the new year and the next semester as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, definitely a lot of family bonding time. And also, speaking of turkey, I had turkey like tonight, and this is like the first time my mom has ever, because we used to didn't have an oven, but now we do. And so my mom, she went ham. Oh, okay, wait, that was kind of a pun. But anyway, she went ham during Thanksgiving, and then she made the whole entire 13-pound turkey, and she was like, "I'm so ready for this." And then so that's what's gonna happen. And I think we're also gonna eat turkey as well on Christmas. And also we're gonna eat steak. Like they also bought a steak.
Ooh,
And then we
steak.
now also don't have enough room for 2 of our refrigerators. But anyway, I'm sure we'll figure it out. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I know, my family, we're like a bunch of movie people, and we have like all of our shows coming out in January. So we're gonna be rewatching like the old seasons or movies, or
Wait, which
like
one?
just to like one is Cobra Kai. The third season's coming out in January, and it's a spin-off. Do you guys know that show? Right? it's a spin-off of the Karate Kid movies. So in part 2, I didn't really watch part 2, but some of the same actors from part 2 is going to be in next season. But I didn't really see it, so I told my dad, let's go watch Karate Kid. So yeah, that's another thing we're gonna do. But yeah, pretty much it.
Nice. Oh yeah.
So
What do
are
you want to
gonna
go
do?
to?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
What were
sorry.
you saying?
Sarah, what do you want to go to law school for?
I still want to go to law school, get my JD, and then I want to be an attorney, but I don't know what type for sure. Not a litigator. I passed on that a while ago. I don't want to be a litigator, but I definitely want to look into family law. And family law is really broad because there's a lot of things that affect the family too. So I'm still interested in sustainability because that has to do with food and urban planning and land, and that also that relates to Hawaii culture. So it does make sense that I would have an interest in that. But other than that, I don't really know because again, family and children, they're just very broad. I just love it when we can take care of our family and keep them like safe. Thank you.
Yeah, Sarah, I want to go to law school too, by the way.
We'll probably go together. It all depends on what law school you go to.
I don't know. My plans were kind of deviating from the planned
No,
question.
you're fine.
Good. That's great.
My plans, I don't know, because of the pandemic, things are changing. Like I planned on taking a year off to do all the LSAT stuff in the application.
Right.
But then, and working, because I love working. But I was having a chat with Dr. Moss, or my professor, and she was saying like now's really not the time to go take a year off to go be in the workforce given the economy. So I realized that she's right. So I might get a master's first. I don't know. I'm thinking about applying.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth with the dual degree because I really want to get my master's in something too, like in public policy. Before I wanted to get in social work, but I thought that's I don't want to do a practicum and go through all those clinical stuff as well. Yeah.
Cool that they have that though.
Can you repeat that?
No, it's cool that they have the MSW and JD, and then they also have the MBA in the JD program.
Yeah, at Mānoa they do. That's the only dual degree program. So I was looking at USC, and because they have masters in public policy and the JD, and then they have MPA and the JD. So I've been like talking to a lot of the enrollment advisors for advice and more information.
It's a great school. University of Spoiled Children. Not actually.
That's funny.
I used to work for.
I forgot what rank they are, but they're like high ranking. I was like, wow.
I worked for UC Berkeley, so I'm like USC.
Okay.
But I'm just kidding. Great school. I have a lot
the
of
rivalry.
Yeah.
You gotta have that friendly rivalry. Competitive edge.
It sounds everyone's like plans for the new year is kind of like different from probably what we expected when we first started this year. I know Bevan used to say that, you know, your plans to take off a year to get some real life experience is kind of like tossed out the window now. I know for me, I thought at the beginning of this year or this upcoming year, 2021, was going to be the year that I made my mark in DC. I think I know for Corin and Sarah, you guys are also in the same, very much in the same position. We're all in the same DC program together, the Mānoa Political Internship Program. But I think for you two, it was supposed to be this semester. You guys were supposed to go, but then it got delayed. And then we all had plans like, oh, spring 2021. A year since the pandemic started, surely the US will have gotten themselves under control. We'll stop imploding from the first half of this year. Air travel will be open, and then we'll be in DC. And it's like, there's the Washington Monument. There's Giant Lincoln over there, and there's Congress. But, you know, we're in this position. So
But you know, the unnamed word that shall not be named, that is changing our lives.
yes.
Yes,
So
unfortunate indeed.
yes. So I think for us three, at least, we're now all online, which I'm so grateful for the opportunity to just do the program all online. Um, Plug for the program, but they paid for my tuition, so I'm not gonna complain right now. Um, but I think you can't still help but feel just a little bit disappointed that it's like all of these grand ideas. I think I was telling you guys like earlier on, I was like hyping myself up all year to go during in January that like my Instagram like for you page was just rows of Trader Joe. Because as a girl that was born and raised in Hawaii, it's like the number one thing you bring back is Trader Joe's. And I was like, you know what? Trader Joe's is not going to be a one-off thing when I travel to the mainland now, like once every few years. It's gonna be my grocery store. I can be the first in line for them new drops, and not just see people online just do the reviews. Like I'll be a little Trader Joe too. But you know, we all gotta learn to adapt and pivot. And I think that's like the great thing about like this time period is like I think it's sucky to be in our generation right now. Like we were born in around the time of 9/11 when things really took a change in the US. We grew up during the Great Recession. I remember here in Hawaii, it was Furlough Fridays, and young me could not have been more happier with so many Fridays off. But now older me is like, oh, Furlough Fridays, weren't that hot? And now we kind of got this. It's kind of like, well, what else is just going to get thrown at us? But I think that's at least something we can like take forward in the new year. It's like, we all learned how to go online school. We make great remote workers for the future. Like we literally, there's good pros and cons for that, but we could be anywhere in the world and we could still do our job. Like I think for our parents' generation, grandparents' generation for sure, that's like mind blowing to them. But for us, I think it's gonna make us like a whole new type of adaptable worker. So I'm confident that all of us here, and certainly all of our viewers as well, no matter what age you guys are or how the pandemic has affected you guys, that this time has taught us like how to be more resilient. And I think definitely I can echo what Sarah said, like love your family just a little bit more. I think during the regular hub up of things, we kind of do put like family on the back burner, maybe every now and then. But now at this time, this year is shown like hug all your loved ones just a little bit more close, and even to people you don't like, high five them just a little bit more sincerely.
Yes.
Or do the elbow touch, the COVID elbow. Sorry, Bevan.
No, you're good. I was gonna say, hopefully the Trader Joe's goodies help to ease your woes. I felt horrible about that for you guys.
Bevan, thank you so much for the Trader Joe's goods. Bevan bought all of us amazing Trader Joe's goods, a huge bag, so amazing. The jingle jangle, so good. Thanks, girl.
It was all my mom. Thank you guys. I just felt bad. I don't know. I heard about that internship forever ago, and I can't imagine landing it and then not getting to go. That just sounds, my heart would sink. And I had Trader Joe's growing up, so I can't even imagine. So I'm sorry, but hopefully that helped.
We will all be on record here. Thank you, Mrs. Martin, for making our holidays just a little bit happier. We all got jingle jangles too. So, I'll eat my sadness about the trip getting canceled. I'll eat it away. It's literally a box full of a tin jar full of chocolates. Why not?
I love
Thank you, Mama Martin.
Yeah, the little mini peanut butter cups. They're so cute. Yeah, okay, sorry.
Oh, good. So good.
Yeah, I definitely think it was going back to what Cindy said about like being privileged to be where we are. I definitely think we are. And Yeah, I'm very grateful that, we're all still able to meet up with each other during over Zoom. Sorry, over Zoom. And yes, by the way, Bevan, oh wait, hold on. I didn't tell the audience this before because we were like meeting before we actually started recording. But anyway, my dad started to eat the snickerdoodles and I didn't even get a chance to eat them. So if you have another box like that, I would be like really happy. But like, it's totally fine. I didn't even get to taste it. I heard it's really good.
I'm so sorry. I don't think I do. I think she meant to bring an extra, but I don't think I do. Let's see. I think Corinne and Cindy, you guys both got some, right?
Yes, and I can split mine in half and give some to you, Vanessa. We can meet up again.
I'll be fine.
Switch.
I'll just
Sadness.
I'll just ask my cousins when they come back or something.
I'm so sorry. No, I'll bring
okay.
some back. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get you those. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
But you need to keep them away from your dad.
Yeah, I'll just like keep it in a hidden stash.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep it in an empty like Cool Whip box or like or just a baby
like oh my god.
Empty butter box. I don't know.
Yeah, I have to keep the cookie
What's
butter
that
away
brand?
from him.
A Crocker bucket. I forget.
No, yeah. Oh yeah. So I know we already talked a little bit about this, but essentially like our new year or like our next year plans, it's definitely sounds like everybody has a lot of great adventures, even though we are virtual, like probably for more than half of it. But yeah, I feel like for mine, I'm still a junior, so definitely going to be working very hard for my senior projects and stuff. I just thought about all the credits I'm going to be taking.
That's just the baby of the ambassadors, and seeing her as a junior, be like, oh, I need to worry about my senior thesis. It's like, oh, when did the child started growing up so quickly?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Y'all went through this. I can get through this too.
The honors project flashed before you.
Yeah. I'm like asking around. I'm like, please help me. Yeah, I'll definitely be looking up to all of you. Since Sarah, you did one, right? So yeah.
No, it's still in progress.
I will still be asking for a lot of advice.
Yes. Happy to help.
Project about Sarah, because I assume like that's something, because you're not graduating next semester, that's going to be something you're going to have to be like working through this upcoming semester. But I don't think you've ever told us like what is it about, like show us your expertise so that when you are on the Nobel Peace Prize, Science Prize, Math, Economics Prize stage, I know this girl.
So my honors project is titled Practicing Advocacy Through Political and Community Engagement in Hawaii. And it's a human development family studies portfolio project. So it's a creative project where I take pieces of what I do for my project and kind of put it together to just showcase or demonstrate these skills or this knowledge I have that I obtained from my degree program. So so basically I have three components. One is political. It's I'll be writing advocating about issues through letters I sent to the editor, the Star Advertiser, and my my objective for these letters is to just showcase this my opinions on these issues, but also provide the hard statistics and evidence to showcase why this issue affects families and the community and our children in Hawaii. And then my second component is community engagement, and I will be practicing advocating, or I will be advocating for these same issues to my neighborhood board. So we have our neighborhood board meetings, I guess, every week. Right now it's different because it's not in person, it's through Zoom. So I have to rely on minutes, but I just have to like report the issue I'm advocating on and how it's affecting my community. See, so for the Star Advertiser, I'm mostly talking about how it affects Hawaii in general and my community, but then to the neighborhood board meeting, I'm just focusing on my community as like an individual community. And then my third component is I want to develop a sample of a House or Senate bill on an issue that I'm focusing on, and it's just a sample, and it's a way to practice my policy writing skills and how to draft this kind of bill and whatnot. So, but I was in the beginning, I was focusing on just issues in Hawaii, but then my mentor, for my project, he said just pick one issue to focus on, and an issue that you're really like passionate about, or like you do care and see that it affects the community. So I chose food insecurity because the COVID has the crisis has shown that, oh, this is an alarming issue, but really it's not a new issue. Like families have been struggling with food insecurity for years, and it's really shown in my community as well, because through my volunteer services with my mom at my church pantry, we have our own parishioners come in to get food, but these are parishioners that lost their jobs at Aulani, and a lot of them work at Aulani, so they got laid off or they just became unemployed, and others had other jobs like elsewhere. I guess teachers, they're getting their pays were like being cut, so a lot of them are struggling. So it really showed that not only do like low income or just basically homeless people that suffer from food insecurity, it's also the ones who had jobs, and now like almost all of them are laid off and unemployed, so they're really affected by this issue. So yeah, that's what my project is focused on. So this internship with the congressman, whoever I'm going to intern with, or whichever office, is really important for me to learn those skills so I can complete my third component. I already finished my first component. I've also sent letters to Hawaii Appleseed, Center for Economic Law and Injustice. Oh my gosh, I sometimes I like mispronounce their name. It's so bad because they're like part of my project, and
We'll just cut it
but
out. We'll cut this part
yeah.
out.
But they I have one letter published in the Star Advertiser, like I think in October, and then for Hawaii Appleseed, they thanked me for my letter, and then they encouraged me to go talk to Representative Case and my city and council district representative, like Kim Pine. So that's another thing I'll be working on this break is to just kind of develop my letters and get them ready to show it to them.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a very
that was a lot to say.
interesting project.
In other words,
Yes.
it's like in a few years we're going to be seeing Sarah's campaign posters like plastered anyway. So Sarah, if you're ever elected and you need staffers,
Campaign help. For sure.
Yeah, it seems like you're really passionate about that.
Yes, because it's definitely a issue for families in Hawaii.
I think Courtney, you're also graduating though, right? Next semester? I think so.
Yes, hopefully graduating next semester. Yeah, should be. I only need 2 more classes, but should be graduating next semester. Long story short. Say that one more time.
Were you also going to be going to law school too? Like Sarah?
Am I also going to be doing, I'm so sorry, Cindy, you keep cutting out.
Are are you going to law school? Like, are you planning to go to
Oh,
law school?
yes. Sorry, Cindy. I think I am going to apply for the next year because I haven't studied or anything yet. So I think I want to take a year off. But just like Ben was saying, maybe it's not a best idea. But most law schools don't accept applicants in the spring semester, like most undergraduate institutions. So gonna have to figure that out when I get there, but I would definitely want to go into like environmental law to make environmental policies and work with like nonprofits like the Sierra Club or Environmental Defense Fund and sue big corporations that don't comply with environmental laws, or like work in the EPA. I would love to be a politician, but it's also scary, and you're so front lines and have so much some are like either angry with you because you can never please everyone, which is fine. You should be pleasing the people that matter the most, or be making the most good change that you can. But that seems like a lot of pressure. So I was thinking maybe policy route, but maybe through the law route. So yes, same page as the ladies, but probably with a year in between. So a little bit stressful, but thanks, Cindy, for asking.
I understand what you mean, Corinne, like about being a politician, because they also, like all these senators and representatives, they also are part of their own like committees within the House and the Senate. So they focus on several laws, like, or focus on writing bills for these several different like legal fields, or like, yeah, laws. So that's something, that's one reason why I would want to be a politician personally, because I just want to focus on like one topic or one category, like what you said.
Yeah, instead of having your attention divided, and then when you put forth a policy, it has to go through so many different people. But if you're actually doing like hands-on work in the community, that might be more effective. It's so hard to know what to do, what the best route is, but we all know that we want to make change for the better. I think that's a goal of all the ambassadors, and it's just the way of how we're going to make that happen. That is the differences between us, but often have many similarities. So that's so cool, Sarah.
Cindy, do you want to go?
Oh no, I thought you were gonna go.
No, it's all good. You can go.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, we're all at like this stage in our life. If I'm going to be very like dramatic about it, and throw some Hallmark music for me right now, just imagine the snow falling right now over like the fireplace and hot cocoa. It's like we all are at the stage in our life where we're just like, what are we supposed to do with ourselves? Like we're all in our early 20s. Just a few years ago, we were graduating high school and we're just like, college. It's the big kids' like playground. When you're 8, I know when I was a freshman entering into university, I was like, a few months before, I was like, I'm 18, I'm the biggest player in my high school right now, like we're on top. And then you go to college and you're like, the 18-year-olds are at the bottom of the rung, and it's just like, we have no idea like how much of the world works. And just like a few years later now, we have so much more ideas, and we have our own ideas too. But we're also still kind of like in our early 20s, and it's like, this is still a period for us where we can afford to be like young and dumb, although we're never like young and dumb. But it's like a time. It should be a time where we can still kind of play around with our lives, see what we want to do, maybe just throw out all our plans and just jump on something on a whim. It might work out for us, but we also have to make all these important life decisions that like it snowballs into so many other more later aspects of our lives that it's very much daunting to think about. It's like, I don't know if you guys have had these. Maybe it's just me. I overthink a lot. But sometimes I'll just sit in my room at night, 2 a.m. when I'm like 85% done with the paper, and I just barely have enough energy to finish writing the last 15%, and I'm just like, I wonder what happened if I just dropped out of college right now. But then I go down to like this rabbit hole of like, oh, but if I drop out of college, this is gonna happen, and then this is gonna happen to me, and then this is gonna happen to me. But like hearing all of your guys' plans, it makes me like, me just saying this sounds like, oh, like back in my days, I'm not that old. But like hearing like all of your guys' plans. Like Vanessa, you talked a lot, at least like to us, and so during one of our previous interviews as well. You have a lot of interest in psychology, researching this complicated field of mental health, how it affects children, how it affects everyone's lives. That's critically important. Bevan, you are going into law school as well, or hope you are going into law school further down the line. Don't know where, not sure if you picked a field yet, but you'll be at like the forefront of like our legal fight. You'll be one of those lawyers that are on the ground that's trying to help make like the situation better for like an important stakeholder, an important actor. And then for you, Corin, you're going to be like, that's for you is like the environment, which I think this year, and I think this past year too, has shown like what happens when students like find something that they're passionate about and find something that they really want to take control. Like it could just explode into a huge movement that our generation kind of gets looked down upon, like politically. They're like, oh, they're the generation that's not active, they don't vote, all of that stuff. But it's kind of like these past few years have shown like, don't like the gun people will say like, don't tread on me. That's like their thing. But also for our generation too, it's like, don't underestimate us. Like when we actually like come out in full force, like no one is prepared for it. And the same for you, Sarah. Like food insecurity is definitely like a huge thing in Hawaii. And with this pandemic, I think I was reading the news, like over like 35,000 families were given food like this past week or last week at Aloha Stadium. And like I think almost like 500,000 families went out to get food this year alone. And it's definitely put food insecurity, like this pandemic has definitely put like food insecurity at the forefront of everyone's mind. Now it's definitely, it's not something that people can just look at like a homeless on the street and be like, oh, they're food insecure. I think at our the university tries to put out like a survey of food insecurity every single year. That's why we have the pantry at school. It's because students like us are food insecure and we need to do something about it. Otherwise people are literally going to starve. So just seeing all of you guys do all this thing, it just makes me feel like, oh, I'm so honored to know you guys. This could just be the holiday season as being reflective, but it's like I'm really honored to like know all of you guys and see all of you guys just take like all these important issues and just be like, we'll take control over it and we'll be leaders. It's like, oh, I like that. I love that so much about you guys.
Same, ladies. It's been so wonderful getting to know you all this semester, and so many amazing initiatives and projects that everyone's working on, and such a different path for each of us, but we all have that common goal of doing good, and we will. And Cindy made an amazing point that we are going to come out hitting the ground running, even in the midst of not the best market ever, or job or economic wise. So thanks for that inspirational speech, Cindy. I agree.
Yeah, it definitely I like how Ben put a heart. But yeah, Cindy, you definitely are also going to go very, very far in the future. And I know you're one of the most hardworking people that I know. So you're definitely, no matter where you go, whatever you do, you're going to make big moves. All right, so I know we don't have exactly much time, but we did do Secret Santa with each other. And so this, I think, should be the time where we open up our presents. Does everybody have theirs?
I am down.
Yes.
Should we all open them at the same time?
We might have to mute ourselves because the noise can get really loud. Okay, ready? And 3. Oh wait, sorry, Cindy, are you saying something?
We can open our presents like, on mute, and then we'll like share like what we got each other.
Gotcha.
Who our Secret Santa is? We know who our Secret Santa is because we gave each other these things in a socially distanced exchange in Mānoa this past weekend, but I don't think our viewers would know. So
I almost gave Cindy my keys to my car as well.
That would have been a great present, you know what I'm saying? Like,
thankfully not.
I would want a car too.
Surprise.
Okay, let's mute ourselves and then open them.
Alrighty, I got all my presents unwrapped after much struggle because I don't do well with wrapping paper.
Yeah, I finished mine.
Oh my god. I am blown away.
Alright. So I think let's go in the alpha order. Bevan, are you all good?
Yes, I'm just finishing. Ah! Oh my goodness, I got oven mitts.
Wait. Did you take a look at the other one?
Yeah, I looked at the note. I'm so okay. So what happened was we kind of foiled the part where you're supposed to guess the Secret Santa because of all of the Zoom precautions. So Vanessa handed me the gift, so I assumed that Vanessa was my Secret Santa. But then I opened the note and it was from Corinne. And you got me.
No. And there was another thing.
Oh.
It's supposed to be on a card.
Hold on. Oh, wait. I saw that. Hang on. My cat. Okay. This. Is it a tattoo? Is it a temporary tattoo?
It is, because I noticed.
Aww.
My cat. Look, she's right here. Oh my gosh. Come here. My cat.
That is perfect timing.
Oh god, she's not down. Thank you. I love it. I love it. It's amazing. Thank you both, I guess. Thank you so much. I love it.
The card was just a card from me. Vanessa got you all those things.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Just the generic Christmas card.
Oh, right. I forgot that you gave us all cards. OMG.
It was such a crazy. Corinne was running late.
That was a good confusing time anyway. But thank you. I love my oven mitts. I'm so excited to use them.
I got them specifically in red though because I was like, if she ever loses them, it's red. So she'll.
It's red. My last ones were black, so they totally gone. Yeah.
I read your
Thank
mind.
you.
Yay! Awesome. Okay, I think I'm next. So my Secret Santa was Corinne, and okay, so backstory on this. Well, she got me two things. First of all, she got me Burt's Bees' like beeswax lip balm, which frankly, thank you, because during the winter time, like my lips get notoriously cracked to the point where it bleeds and it hurts. So I will definitely put this to good use. Granted, I'm not kissing anyone during this time period, nor ever in this pandemic, but I will definitely love this very much. So thank you very much. But also, she got me a second thing. So there's a running joke that I have with the ambassadors, but also within my friend group. Like, I have like this fascination with planners, and it isn't like Google Calendar. Like, I don't like Google Calendars. I don't know why. I love writing in like my written like calendars because it's like it makes me feel so much better when I'm like I'm done with this and I check it off all triumphantly. But also I really love like galaxy stuff, which is why yesterday's is a great convergence. I think that was like the title of it was perfect. It was for the galaxy side of me. It's like, oh yes, I'm not into like I'm not as into astrology or any of those like that side of the galaxy as much. I just like the aesthetic of it. So Corinne got me a planner that has like the galaxies on here. And it's like it even has like inspirational quotes. So when I'm like freaking out over my internship at like 3 a.m. and Corinne and Sarah are both sleeping at normal times, I can just open this and be like, yes, inspiration for me. And be okay, thank you very much. I love it. I will definitely put this to good use. And when this thing runs out, I'm going to rip all of the inspirational quotes out and I'm going to tape them up on my wall. That'll be my new room decor.
I'm so glad you like it, Cindy. I had to go to so many stores. No one carries planners. Literally, no one carries a planner anymore. A planning
They
book.
all run out. Like even
it's
at
all
Ross.
virtual, and yeah,
like,
so I'm so happy. I like finally stumbled upon that one, and I was like, and it's galaxy themed. Like, this is the one. So I'm happy you like it.
Thank you.
And then I think my name is next in the alphabetical order. And Cindy and I had each other for our Secret Santas, which is rare, but I guess not as rare in a small group. And she got me Reef Safe sunscreen. And I cannot even tell you how much sunscreen I use. And I'm so grateful. I love to surf and hike and snorkel. And I spent the last 2 days at the beach and I'm like so incredibly sunburnt. So I'm really excited to use this Reef Safe sunscreen. So thank you so much, Cindy. Such a practical, amazing, wonderful gift that will be utilized within the month, probably. Thank you.
I'm glad you like it. Trouble of gift wrapping it because I was like, I should not waste paper. Also, I
too much effort. Too much effort.
Threw it in a bag, and I'm like, easy access. But yes, I look forward to seeing all of your cool surfing pics, and I can at least be happy knowing that thing on her skin, that sunscreen on her skin, is the one that I got her. So points to me.
Thank you so much, Cindy. I love how you said that.
Okay, I believe I'm next. My next. Okay, so wait, just one comment. Corinne, about this say the Reef Safe sunscreen. I know starting in January 2021, they're going to ban chemical sunscreens. So that's like chemical free, and you're all good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. And it they put it in like a year ago, but then it wasn't in place till like a couple days from now. But I'm super stoked for that. Just one small step and some huge steps that need to be made.
I know.
But anyways, thanks, Sarah.
Well, okay, so Devin had me and she got me coasters. There's like it was a pack of 4 of these. I just put one right underneath my drink so far, but just recently I've been having like slight obsession with coasters. Like I just want to collect them. And I realize how like helpful they are when placing my drinks on, because I don't have to worry about wiping out the condensation that's on my table. So I'm like, I need more coasters. This one's from Mānoa. They like messed up one of my orders, like low key, and they sent me a free one. But this what started it though. I was like, oh, I want more coasters. So I really love it. Thank you, Bevan. It's so cute, and it's a Monstera. This is Monstera.
I like
so pretty.
Is it Monstera? Is that the right one?
Monstera, yeah.
Okay, good. But low key, this everything's low key for me. But honestly, this has been like one of my like favorite colors lately because it's bluish, greenish. Like I like green and then I like blue, but then I like the combination of both those colors because it just reminds me of nature, and I'm slowly trying to like decorate my room like in those colors. So I mean, my angels, they're like mostly green and brown right now. This one's brownish, but yeah, it just reminds me of nature and it just calms me down whenever I walk through my garden. That's my colo pets. But yeah, thank you. It's so cute. I would definitely use them. And it's in a pack of 4. So helpful.
I'm so glad. Good. Thank you.
All right, I guess I'm next. But yes, Sarah, I would just like to say your room is very, very colorful, very, very festive, I think. And just like Cindy, I too had also have planners, but I got this one from Sarah. It's a weekly planner. It's quite big. Did not expect it to be this big, but yes. I also use a lot of planners, like physical planners. This is kind of a hell week for me. But anyway, there's also I don't think this is kind of off camera, but I have a calendar over here too. But so yeah, I'm very, very excited to use this, mostly for a lot of applications I'm going to be doing. Europe stuff. Yeah, that's going to be tricky. And she also got me a cat cup. I am definitely a cat person. If y'all can see the ring. But yeah, I have my cat. She's probably sleeping somewhere. I don't want to disturb her though. So yeah, thank you for the gifts. All right. So I think we're just a little bit under an hour. But does anybody have any final words before we end off the year?
One really quick thing, Vanessa, my cat is just loving the bag.
Yes. I paid so much money for that bag. I please. Thank you. I'm glad that someone appreciates it. But yes, any other final words?
Vanessa, I'm
Happy
glad you like the.
holidays.
I'm glad you like the mug and calendar. And may I just say that your actual calendar came in like right when I got home after we all met. It's just like, why Amazon? I had to mess my schedule up. So, but I'm glad you like that calendar as well. I wish you had the other one, but I'm so happy that you have a calendar that you want to use, and you have your cat mug.
Yes,
Make your tea.
I was looking so forward to buying a mug, but now you don't have to. And this is like cuter than what I've already imagined.
Yeah, my mom saw that and was like, "Hey, you should give your friend this too." I'm like, "Okay." She was giving me the dog mug first, and I'm like, "No, she likes cats." She's like, "Oh, there's a cat one." I'm like, "Okay, we'll
Oh,
give her the
y'all
cat
know me so
one."
well. Thank you.
But yeah, I just want to say, also thanks Corinne for the card too. It's such a sweet card, and I'm gonna eat some jingle jangles after this as well, Devin. But yeah, thank you everyone for like this sweet friendship of ours and the ambassadorship, and hope you all have a great holiday as well. And if you even if you don't really celebrate Christmas, like sure, like I hope you have a great restful break
Yes, and I
till
think
2021.
also for like the rest of our viewers too, like we definitely all want to wish you guys as much of a Merry Christmas as possible. I think even with everything that's going on, we can all still have a happy time knowing that, you know, we may not know all of you guys that are watching this right now. We interact with you guys, but know that we are definitely people that want to help support everyone as much as we can. I think that's why we're all ambassadors as well. So, you know, if I think Vanessa's like has been our relentless cheerleader on social media. But I think she will post all of like our handles online or under the description box underneath this video as well. So feel free to reach out to us, and you know we can definitely try to help support you guys too, because I think we've all been supported, and we have our own. We are lucky to know one another, so we can all support one another. But we also want to be your support system. So yes, have a Merry Christmas and also a brand new Happy New Year. You know, whatever gets this year over with and into the new decade, which will be better.
Yes.
And
Happy holidays,
Yes.
everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Malama Pono, take care. Hope everyone has a safe rest of the year.
yeah, and with that, I think we shall end the recording. All right. Bye, y'all. Wait, let me hold on. How do I stop this?